Okay, now I want to discuss the modern or Pirc defense. Well, they're not the same opening, but they have a lot in common. Um, and they start out by e4, so it's a king's pawn opening, and then g6. Actually, the Pirc defense starts technically by d6, but we'll see that this move usually occurs in what's called the modern defense. So this actually is the modern defense right here. But a lot of times this modern defense will turn into a Pirc defense, and the Pirc defense may turn into the modern defense. So they have a lot in common. And what is the idea? Well, black is saying when it moves g6 that it's going to say, you know what, I'm going to let you play d4 and develop this nice center, or control the center, and then I'm going to attack it from the side. So its idea is to bring the bishop here, where it will sort of bear down like this on the center, and then its pieces will attack the center. So the play normally continues d4, so right along the game plan, bishop to g7, knight to c3, developing a piece, d6. So, like I said, the Pirc defense normally starts off by e4, d6, but the reason for this move is that if black didn't play this move, the idea is that black wants to play knight f6, and if it doesn't play d6 first, then white will just push the pawn up, attacking it. So black plays d6, typically, and then white will play knight to f3, developing a piece and also protecting d4, because this bishop here is bearing down upon d4, even though it isn't threatening to win it. Now black will play knight f6, and then I'm going to say play h3. I think that the book lines have something else here, but when I first saw this position, I liked h3, and my computer said it was pretty good also. So I like it. It stops the potential pin of this bishop coming to here and pinning the knight. And since this right here, this d4 square is critical to the defense of this pawn, and that this knight here is helping to defend that pawn, so just trying to prevent something. Maybe I'm overly cautious. Knight to c6. Once again, it's developing a move and attacking this. One of the reasons I played h3, even though it's not the most common line. And bishop to e3, defending the pawn. Castles. Queen to d2. a6, just preventing the knight from going to this square. This is sort of a weak square. We don't. Black doesn't want the knight coming here. Bishop to d3. Another possible move might have been a3 to stop the knight from coming to this square, where it would, because if it jumped, if the knight jumped here, it would actually attack the bishop when I put it there, and we'll actually see that as we continue. But here, black will play d5, striking at the center. And one of its goals, attack it from the side, or attack from the side. e5, knight to e8. The knight could also go to d7, but there it sort of blocks in the bishop. So I think it's slightly better on e8, even though it's on the first rank. And then white will play e4 with the idea of pushing the pawn here. And if you notice, this bishop here sort of is attacking along this line, and the queen and this bishop are attacking this line, and the bishop and this rook is attacking along here. Gee, if white castled, along, brought its other rook in, it would have a nice attack along here. And then black will play knight to b4, hitting this bishop here, trying to get rid of a piece. One of the reasons why I said maybe earlier a3 was a better move, now that we see that it potentially was a better move. So that has it for the modern defense. I'm not going to cover any of the other lines, but just so you have the basics, I would maybe review it again just to get the basics down. Like I said, there's similar ideas in what's called the Pirc defense, P-I-R-C defense. And that does it for my lectures right now on king-pawn openings. I'm now on my next series of lectures. I'm going to cover the various queen-pawn openings.